Welcome everybody. This is from Arc, aka Crisis 169, coming to you with another upload, live load, live stream, upload, live stream. We want to call it. Just had my shower. I'm getting ready to go to bed here in about 7 hours or so. So play some games after this because I do work Sunday night, Monday to Sunday through Tuesday. Now let's get on to it. Now I was going to do State of Gaming Part 2 next week, but I'll go ahead and do it today. Like I said last night, I'll do it today. Like I said, I work this week. Then I work Saturday, Sunday, and I'm off Monday, Tuesday. I'll probably go get my taxes done, HR block or whatever. So I'll probably be busy those 2 days anyway. Blah blah blah, whatever kind of thing they're going there. But until then, here I am. Here you are. Before I get into the video, before I get into the live stream here, thank you guys for watching the video. Thank you for 182 subscribers. All you guys are great. I love all you guys. Awesome. If you're new to my channel, if you're stopping by, plenty of videos down below to watch. A random fact I talk about whatever I talk about. I try to control my channels a little more now, better than I used to. Try to get a little more on tune with certain things and avoid other things. Try to keep on certain things like certain parameters. So, I know if I ramble in my older videos, I apologize, but that's how it was back then. I was still trying to find myself in a way. But yeah, so once again, like, subscribe, and ring that bell. So when I go live or come upload, you'll be the first to know. But let's get on with the video. Today's topic of the video is State of Gaming, Part 2, PC Gaming, Steam Deck, etc. Um, Pros and cons, what to make of it, GPU, CPU issues, and Steam Deck. We'll put games in here if I can. Maybe put games in here. Let's see if I can. Take out that let's make of the GPU, CPU. Um, um, just Steam Deck games, pros, cons, what to make of it. Now, you guys know my channel. I am a reviewer. I review things. Once again, I review the PlayStation 5 controller, PS4 controller, the other controllers I have around here. Even this one up here, I'm not gonna take off because it'll start, making noises. I did the Atrax one headset I got. This one's pretty old, and I did a review on the Razer one, the Barracuda X. And I do reviews. I also do topics about gaming history and stuff. But to get more information, the situation at hand, though, I will be talking more about PC gaming in this one that I did yesterday. Because I'm not a console gamer, so I don't do like consoles anymore. So the console one was kind of bland. A lot of people messaged me privately, so kind of weak in the PC console side. And they understood why, because they understood that I'm not a console gamer anymore. Haven't been one in a long time. Even though I have an Xbox One X right behind me, you can't see it. I'm a big fat guy, so you can't see it. But I have a Switch too as well. Switch as well behind me, so I have consoles, so I'm kind of a console fan, but I'm not really. It ain't my primary go-to. The Switch is because you can't play new Zelda games on PC. Uh, but be that as it may, the topic of today's video is pretty dear. PC gaming, once again, state of PC gaming, pros, the PC gaming, Steam Deck games, pros and cons, and what to make of the GPU, CPU fiasco. First off, the 5000 series, the 50 series, um, NVIDIA's, stay away from them. Don't buy them right now. I say that because was J Two Cents talking about? I talked to him a little bit about it on X last night. He was talking about the issues with the problems having with the power issues with the wiring, and still with the updates. Not BIOS, but with the graphic card updates. Every month, seems like every month or whatever, every 2 months, and the video comes out. I don't know how AMD is or Intel is, but AMD comes out with a new driver update. It used to notify you Windows 10 Pro. It doesn't know Windows 11 Pro, but whatever. It may still do, but I probably just missed it or whatever. Because most of the time I have to update is usually Wednesday morning when I get off work and I'm off for the week because of that reason. Because I work, I will work Sunday through Tuesday. Update usually come out Monday or Tuesday. Now, as I go off, as I get off early or take off work, I'm not going to have an update. And there's still issues with some graphics card having issues with updates, and even saying it could be spilled into the Founders editions. Um, that no, if that's the case for the series cards, if it is happening, if it is true somewhat, I don't think Jay's two. I don't think Jay at T2 Cents is going to lie to people, or Steve at Gamers Next is going to lie to people. But I think the truth needs to be really told about this. I think it's time for people to understand what the hell we're buying. When and why these graphics cards coming out the problems they are. We had a problem with the 9000, and we had a problem with this with the 12, with the 14, 13 gen Intel CPUs frying, over having the power issues with the motherboards and the BIOS, over, volting the sockets, and they burn up a 700, $800 processor that Intel really didn't want to RRA at all. What some people were saying, I got the messages on X about it way after the fact, saying that a lot of people, the RRAs didn't want to go through with Intel. They just didn't want to do it. Only when people started legally looking at lawyers that Intel finally started to care about this stuff and since started to solve the problem and rectify the issue with BIOS updates. But guys, every new thing comes out has issues. Now, every game has issues and flaws. Seems like. And why do we expect that these processors and GPUs, graphics cards, CPUs, are not going to have the same problems? Well, no, we're smoking crack if we think that you know the 5800X 3D what I have didn't have issues. It had issues. Some didn't make the cut because they had volt issues. Luckily, mine been running strong ever since. They had some issue with 600X having volt issues not working. 700X 3D, 9800X 3D. I mean, everyone has issues, but when the processors need a BIOS update, in this case in the Intel, even in 7000 series, AMD had issues. And when it had the problems that it had, when AMD and Intel have problems like this, and the fanboys go into the AMD Intel Defense Force gets notified, and they're running around kung fu fighting, trying to protect their precious little company. It makes me wonder why these people even just go ahead and clock in Intel and get paid by them. Because if you're that loyal, you should get paid by the company. Hell, no employee I ever heard of in my life is that in love with their company. Seems like fanboys are. And what really bugs me is the PC marketplace, PC gaming community is filled with these fanboys running around, fighting on behalf of AMD, Intel, and Nvidia, not understanding that these companies wouldn't give a damn to them if they came to their house and delivered them a pizza. But yet they still have this fist in the air. They're gonna fight the good fight because that's what they believe in. Not understanding, not really understanding um, what happens that way, why it happens, and what really is to come from it, and what really is going to be the biggest issue we're going to have. I think the biggest problem we're going to have is at least the next at least a couple months, maybe even a year or so, is going to be the issues we're going to have with the graphics card, with the 50 series graphics cards. Sorry, I had to check that real quick. 50 series graphics cards and the 50 series, and with the 9700 XT looking to come out March 3rd, was that safe for NVIDIA? It kind of put the cigarette butt out on top of their head, go, yeah, we're done with this crap. If AMD has enough cards to go around, they have three tiers of the same card. The voltage and also power is different. I think the AMD is trying to do what NVIDIA used to do in the past, release a powerful card and a mid-level card just to try to corner the market. And with Intel and the ARC cards coming in, trying to really do the same thing, but now they're getting some brass balls. Now their balls getting very big and brass. They're going to try to mitigate the 50 series as much as possible. Hey, we have plenty of cards too, and take some of that sweet, sweet sales away from Nvidia. That right there, folks, is what 50 series is going to do to Nvidia. It's going to damage. And Nvidia right now is in damage control right now because the cabling using to power the thing is heating up like a damn freaking uh metal rod. It's like glowing. Some of the thermals look kind of rough. The thermals are rough because you see the thermal imaging on some of these um, uh, YouTubers talking about how hot it is. Imagine that in a case. And if you even were in a case, and if you even were out of the case open, still heating up. So Nvidia needs to stop thinking they can, a nickel and dime us for $1,000 card only 16 gigabytes of VRAM, and start fixing their damn issues with the power cables, couplings, and connections, and really start fixing this stuff. Because I guarantee you, people are not going to buy a 50 series card with a 40 series problem. Because you had to buy a certain power supply just to run the 40 series, at optimal level because of the wattage issue. You had to buy my brother-in-law built my father's system. Sister brother-in-law built my sister. He had a 4070 Ti Super, 16 gigs, leaps and bounds faster than mine, 3070. But they had to go spend about $300 or $200 on a specialized power supply just to run that 4070 Ti Super because it requires special power supply of the voltage issues, and that's well known by NVIDIA. So right now, sticking what you have is the best option you have, unless you got a 16 series or 10 series and you have to jump somewhere because they're no longer making updates for you. You might get one more update if you're lucky out of this quarter, and that'd probably be it. You may get one more after that, but I would think this probably be the last update for you 16 GTX 16 series and 10 series cards. I mean, 1080 Ti would be pretty much unoptimized to run most modern games. You probably find drivers on third party probably websites to use as a compromise, but how long is that going to last? So going from there, graphics cards, CPUs right away, going towards the games. Well, actually, the pros and cons. What is the pros and cons? What is the pro of a PC being a PC gamer? Well, you can do whatever you want with the game. The games are modded like out the wazoo. The higher resolution. I mean, if your graphics card can run 4K or 2K, you can pretty much play any resolution you're comfortable with. Frame rates are pretty much uncapped, technically. I think Apex Legends has it. I think at 300 or 400. I think 300 or 400. But most games I play, because I have 3070, play about 65 to about 80. May 90 like on Battlefield 2042 because I got games optimized enough for my graphics card, so I kind of tweak it a little bit enough if I need to. And if I have to lock it in frame lock, I was locking into 80 around like 80 to 90 frames. I'm good to go. It runs butterly smooth then, if any issues at all. Uh, mm, but if there's any issues at all with any non-series pros, that the games are really cheap, even brand new games come out. When RoboCop launched, it wasn't optimized 100% for PC, but it was on sale for a while. And of course, they optimized it better, worked better. And I haven't played it again. I'll probably get it again eventually, probably this summer sale when it comes out, because it comes out every summer. And I got some cheap games. Like I got God of War Ragnarok for like 30 bones. Um, and a few other games I got. Spider-Man 2 came out. Then I think it was 50 or I think it was 60, $69 for that one because I got and I got the expansion stuff and the DLC with it. Um, but that was fine. Am I doing? I want to get Spider-Man 2 anyway. Um, but the game sold are really good. The biggest con with that side is your Steam cards. I had a Steam card that was compromised, so that was already used. That I didn't use it off Christmas. My sister got a refund, I do believe, and then she sent me a new card through Steam itself. But it took about 3 weeks almost a month after Christmas, to get that done because Steam kept dragging their feet, and Walmart wouldn't lift a finger to help. And that was the biggest con of all time, I think, is that when you buy games on Steam, you have to make sure that if you're using a credit card on Steam, God help you, because people hack into Steam, people try to do anything they can to hack into it, even though it's Linux. You give anybody too much time in their hand, they'll find something to do. That's my philosophy. Uh, but what the biggest pros are, biggest con is that and also the license agreement issue. That most states now you don't even own the games anymore. It's all like California says this is a license agreement, so you technically don't own any games anymore. But that's across the board to consoles too as well. But we've been told even by Steam, we buy a game, we own it. Now, single player games we probably should have a lot more leeway with than games like Battlefield or Helldivers 2, where those games are mostly Battlefield 2042, is mostly online. Well, Helldivers 2 is online anyway. So once the servers pull, go offline, they drop dead. Whatever happens to them, the game doesn't exist anymore, and that's fine. That's part of the price of being, being a PC gamer. But my thing is too, is that when you're doing this, when you're selling games on Steam, and the biggest con to me is the third party support. Like PlayStation Network for a while, PlayStation games for Sony for a while there have been adamant about having PlayStation Network requirements on every game they sell. You have to have it critically, no questions asked. And they finally let up on that. Now Sony ponies are upset. But once again, I talked about that yesterday. But but no, it's one of the biggest cons that we have to fight is these companies like Microsoft and Sony trying to get us to integrate in their system. Where PC gamers, we're the right, no, we're the last rebels. No, we're rebels without causes, we're rebels with causes, whatever. The fact that is, PC gaming is not the wild wild west, but the last frontier of having any game you want to play. It doesn't matter what genre or what year it's from. There's games that were created back in 1998 you can still play on Steam. You find them and download. There's Call of Duty games that are old. Call of Duty 1 you can play on Steam. Call of Duty 2 you can play on Steam. Call of Duty 3 and 4 you can play on Steam. Both the single player because it doesn't work anymore, but you can still play it on Steam. Go to the Xbox and try to find Call of Duty 2. and on 360 and play it on your Xbox One X or Xbox S or X Series. Now you can play, the infamous Second Son on your PS3 and maybe even download it at stream it at PS5. But that's whole again, just console different. But you can play games that are so old on here, older than most people who are playing PC games today. Some of these games are, some of the games that I mentioned are older than people playing games right now on either platform. So when I tell you guys that PC gaming is different, I'm not lying to you. And the pros of PC gaming and games, like I said, the pro is you can play any game you want. The cons is you don't own any games anymore. And with the app, and the biggest con too is these launchers. You have Ubisoft launcher, and you have EA launcher, and you have, I have Xbox Game Pass because I had it on console and moved it over to PC, and I like it because it has all the games I want to play. I'll download it, I play it, I want to get rid of it, I uninstall it, and move on. But I already paid for practically almost a year and a half anyway, so I just use it. I don't need online play to play Halo. I have it installed in my Steam library, so I don't have to have that at all. But what I do have is understanding about what I'm getting into and what I'm playing. See, PC gaming is different than what most people are understood. PC gaming is a vast, like I said, last frontier. It hasn't been conquered by the big two, Sony or Microsoft, because they can't conquer it. They can't conquer it. They can't conquer PC gaming. They can get the oil well up and they can drop that sweet sweet money called PC money, and they have been, especially Microsoft. They're making bank on PC gaming, on PC, on Xbox Game Pass PC. They can make tons of money. I have friends of mine who never had an Xbox who play Game Pass Ultimate because they have games they want to play. They don't want to buy them on Steam. They play them for free. They want to buy them. They go buy them on Steam, and this, they want to buy a discount. They buy it on Steam first. But I have friends who have Game Pass Ultimate because it's the only thing they use really outside of Steam. It sounds kind of silly, but that's what they do. Because maybe their friends have Xboxes, so they have Xbox Game Pass, they have Xbox apps, so they can play with their friends online. And that's different reasons for that. So that's why people have different reasons for having an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate on PC. But I do it because I was an Xbox anyway, and I moved over PC. I took it with me. So it is a fun situation on PC gaming. But the games are pros and cons, are I mentioned, and the Steam Deck. A friend of mine named Aiden, who no longer working with me at the company. Hey, when Aiden, was up, buddy? I know you're on still YouTube eventually, on YouTube occasionally. Um, Shout out to Aiden. He left the company I worked for and went down south, and that's cool. Um, he has Steam Deck. His Steam Deck is more powerful than his PC he has at home. He plays a lot of different games. And I've seen the Steam Deck. I held it. It's a nice little thing. I didn't touch it that much because I don't want I don't want to damage it or anything. So, it's a pretty cool system. It's a It's a PC in your hands. It's cornering the handheld market. Steam is doing what Microsoft couldn't do, and what Sony what Sony couldn't do, and PC had. I mean, Sony couldn't do, and what Microsoft can't do is get into the PC market, get a handheld market. So much so that Levove, and also MSI has their own. Different one has their own. I think it's Levo. Levo is probably the better one of the two I've mentioned. The MSY one's okay, but it's not as great. Levo has a better one. You can get it at Sam's Club. You can get it at Best Buy. I mean, Micro Center, if you have Micro Center on time, you might get it there too as well. but 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 going out saying though, the Steam Deck, I probably should put handheld, but I didn't have enough room for handheld. Uh, Steam handheld dash handheld here. Um, is is a good market for PC gaming because a lot of people who don't have PCs have Steam Decks or Levos or MSI little handheld PC gaming thing, and they're playing Windows 11 on there. They have Xbox on there. They're playing all the games they want to play. Granted, they gotta be connected to the internet, or most vehicles now have Wi-Fi hooked in them. Some of the expensive ones do. Um, and Wi-Fi is you can use your phone as a Wi-Fi spot, or and literally hook into the Wi-Fi and play games there. Or at work or at school if you're at lunch or whatever. But I mean, it's one of those things people do. Handheld gaming has taken over the country. It wasn't just all Nintendo now. It's PC gaming now. Think about it. The handhelds they have a PC in their hand. Granted, you can't upgrade it any at all, no, unless you buy the latest and greatest model of the Levo, and the MSI, or even the Steam Deck. But it has limitations. Once past a certain amount of years, that thing no longer going to work. But no, unlike Steam Deck, the other two I mentioned have Windows 11 installed. You can get Steam Deck now, I think Windows 11, if you order it online. I think you can get it pre-installed, I think. Um, well, I want to check for you guys here, if you guys can bear with me here. Um, See if you can get Steam Deck. I know, get a Steam Deck. Um, Experience in gaming. By now, OLED, LCD one. There's different ones. Dock station you can plug into your TV now. Um, it does have a lot of power here, and it does do a lot of things. APU, RAM. Trying to figure out. I got to figure out what it has. 32 channels. Resolution 1080 1200. It doesn't have the operating system on here. Software Steam OS, ArcBase, yeah. Steam OS, you can be operating system, but you can put anything on there. It's like $300-400. As much as a Xbox or a PlayStation, cheaper than Xbox PlayStation actually. I think it is. I'm gonna check one more time, guys. Sorry, but I know Steam Decks are pretty weird. Yeah, one is 600 something dollars. One is 649, and one is $649. And it comes with a 1200. And of course, it's HDR, Wi-Fi, 6E, battery 3 to 12 hours, power supply, carrying case, Steam profile bundle, exclusive startup, blah blah blah. But it's 649, 1 terabyte, 512, 66. But it's that one $649. The basic one is cheaper, but only LCD. But like I said, guys, if you're not really big and worrying about the LCD stuff, Steam is cornering the market. Steam is going insanity when it comes down to this stuff. I mean, they're going insane with this stuff. They're really getting into this Steam stuff. They're really getting into the Steam, into the overallness of the power of handheld gaming. And that's why I think the state of gaming going to PC gaming is going to go to eventually. They're cornering a market that most companies, like even PlayStation or Xbox, haven't really cornered that much. Nintendo has, but with their Switch being handheld, it's kind of killing off the DS and DS Lite, and because now you have a portable system that's more powerful than both of those as mentioned. So state of gaming, PC gaming is looking pretty good, but what to make of it? What to make of it? I feel in the next few years that we're going to have a cosmic shift when it comes to PC gaming. I feel in the next 4 or 5 years, we're going to have a plus or a minus happen when it comes to PC gaming. I think PC people, console gamers are going to come over in droves more. Uh, I think that. I think console gamers are going to come over more in droves. But are they going to be buying pre-built or buying their build their own? And that kind of big thing I kind of worry about because with the advent of the pre-built, now people don't have to worry about taking consideration into building their own system. They can do what they need to do and not have to worry about just go buy it and not have to worry about it. That's why I think the biggest issue is when it comes to PC gaming, where we're becoming too cute. We're becoming too cute. We're becoming um, too refined into believing that we have to have the latest and greatest, that we have to have the latest and greatest hardware, that we don't have to have, you know, any type of any type of wondering about what's really happening, what's not happening to gaming. And I think that, and I think it's tremendous that people do that kind of stuff. That people think that people believe in what they understand and really get that PC gaming itself is expensive. Like I said, it's last territory, last frontier when it comes down to it. That everything that's been doing PC gaming been doing, the consoles used to do. The consoles used to be the renegades. Where you any game you want to play, you play any game you want. Now you have structure and stuff, and it's all corporate greed and selling, PlayStation and Xbox Game Pass nonsense. It's not about games anymore. PC gaming has a niche where you can play the old games. There's gamers on here who have 3060s that only play older titles because it's all they care about. They may dabble in the Battlefields and the Call of Duties and Halo and Helldivers 2 and the Maddens and racing games, but they play a lot of older games or a lot of third party games because of what they like to do. They could have a Switch. They play Mario and Zelda. Could have an Xbox. They play Halo, Call of Duty on back in the day. But they went to PC gaming because they wanted just a simplistic, life where they play, you know, adventure games that are not, the norm, and that's fine. I mean, there's a stroke for different folks. So everybody has their own strokes. Everybody can do what you want in PC gaming. What I think separates console gaming, PC gaming is the console gaming. As I said yesterday, you're held down by an ecosystem. You only have what they give you, and they don't want to cause the game to be 60 frames or okay 30 frames like most games like Redfall 30 frames for a while. That's all you had. And I think PC gaming has opened the door to whatever and opened the door to many possibilities. But I fear for like I said, I fear for PC gaming. My closing argument is I fear for PC gaming. I fear for situation at hand that there's going to be a reckoning. There's going to be a problem eventually. There's going to be a situation where people, the PC game is going to have to make a decision. We saw it with the NZXT issue and that nonsense. We saw it with the graphical and with the renting PCs to dumb people. Granted, maybe a mother will rent her son a PC gaming thing so he can go be a YouTube sensation or whatever. But not understanding that thing needs to be taken care of like fine china. One little scratch and you gotta spend $2,000 $3,000. For a lot of people, 2 3 grand is a lot of money. So PC gaming is just out of reach, and I think it's going to get cheaper eventually. With the art card coming down in price, with AMD trying to, AMD not trying to beat NVIDIA high class NVIDIA, you know, you're going to see competition again. But at what cost? What cost is going to cause competition going to happen? You're already seeing companies go out of business. You've seen WB Games pretty much, losing millions. You see, Capcom, their problems. You're seeing Microsoft buying companies like Disney. Now they're struggling. Now, granted, some games coming out, and you're seeing the whole fiasco with the Bungie and PlayStation fiasco, and and the NZXT and the power cable issue, and the power supply for PC. It's all about PC stuff now. The power supplies, the cables, the 40 series, cable 50 series, the AI cooler issues. I mean, a lot of things that go on. The BIOS updates that didn't work, the RAM sticks that don't work, the things you spend tons of hundreds of dollars, or thousands of dollars on. You build your PC, turn it on, the damn thing doesn't work for a month. Come to find out, the power supply is bad, or the monitor just decides to go out, and it's like a $500 monitor. I mean, or your headset just goes kaput and $200 monitor, or your $300 specialized controller or keyboard mouse set. I mean, it's PC gaming, guys, is very expensive, and I feel in state of gaming that we're going to see a lot of watered down stuff coming to PC gaming. Where we're going to see a lot of aftermarket crap come to PC gaming. Razer was considered to be an aftermarket cheap situation. Now they're one of the biggest brands in America and in the world, actually. Now MOG PC gamers use them freely. Even this Barracuda X here, wireless. It has 2.4 hertz wireless dongle. It's a great headset. $100. This here, $100. Abstracts. See the stuff here? It's falling apart. It's old. You know what? Still a great headset. I reviewed this. Well, I got my gaming rig. The 2060 and 5600X. This is my first headset I bought. It's wireless, $100. Works great. Older, yes. It had noise canceling. This had noise canceling. This does not. But you know what? They work. I have a cheap one back here I bought for GameStop, $60. Headset. Guys, PC gaming, guys, is all about budgeting what you can afford, but also about too understanding that you have no limits except what the limit this is. If you only have, let's say, $50 or $100 or $500 or whatever bucks you have for 2 weeks, let's say you pay your bills, you only have $500. You could buy a $300 headset, or you could buy a $100 headset and get the same good quality headset. It's wireless stuff. Like yeah. I got to play with the little dongle thing to get to connect because it's just how it is. This not so much. It connects automatically, but whatever. Small things. It's about controllers. Crying out loud. I've gone through 3 of these so far. And then, the drifting, the 8-bit do one I have that's made for Windows and Nintendo Switch, or perfectly fine. Yeah, I know it disconnects occasionally. It's one of the things I gotta look on. I have to go under and update stuff probably like I on this video. See the update for the 8-bit do. I'm also gonna update the headset. No, update the drivers. You're not trying to update anybody. I'm gonna on this video just to make sure. Why is that? Because PC gaming, guys, has a lot of responsibilities. PC gaming is known as adult gaming because adults usually buy it because it's required a lot more TLC. You can just plug into a TV or a monitor and turn it on and you're playing games. I don't have to go in there and change my settings to get the game to work because it automatically works. Now, when I'm playing the game and an update happens and I update the driver and I optimize the game, I go in there and change it because it says like I get like 50 frames. How does too? No, I put it on performance. I put it on full screen. I get about 65 to 80 frames, or I put it on ultra, or I put it on quality or balance or whatever. I get about 60 to 70 frames. I'm comfortable with what I have because it's all I can have right now. PC gaming, a lot of people think, oh, you have to go out there and sell the farm to buy a 50 series card. You shouldn't have to sell anything to buy a 50 series card or any card at all. It's all about what you can afford. And if you only want the latest and greatest, then you better save up your money for it. Because the latest and greatest costs money. People are buying $800 14th gen processors and watch them catch fire or smoke and just vaporize, fry the processor because of the volt issue because of a BIOS problem. How many headaches a lot of people have when they sold their 12th gen for a 14th gen, come to find that system is broken, now they have to wait for slow ass Intel to move their self to get that RRA taken care of. You know how people are companies really slow, give money back. They'll take money like like a snake biting you, but they're like a sloth. They're just like real, they're like sloths. Also, they're like real slow, and you're giving that money back, or you're giving you RRA. They're really slow doing that, but they're like a snake taking money out of your hand. So that's why I tell people when you get PC gaming, just do your research. If you buy pre-built, cool. Stay away from tubing now. Stay away from the custom building ones if you can. If you can get a deal on a custom tubing one, say at Best Buy, Micro Center, and you're okay with that, go for it. But get ready to have change up reservoir and change out that liquid every few years. Now I have an AIO that works just fine. Life expectancy, you know, up to 5 years, may longer. Just depends on how you take care of it and how you clean it and how you maintain it. So it's not, PC gaming, guys, is not some big magical feat. Now you don't have to go to school, college degree, of PC gaming. Now I dust off my Xbox, my Xbox One X, and my Switch, in my cable modem, right? You see back there, in my router, you see the little tongs sticking out. Why? Because if I don't, dust likes to destroy things. So I said, no, I clean stuff off. I do stuff like that. That's what I do because it's how I live. I don't like, having to worry about stuff like that. So yes, it is, PC gaming is pros and cons. But I say PC gaming is running strong because of what's going on in the currently in the console market. But as we get these problems with Nvidia and the money grubbing and grabbing everybody wallet with both hands and having the scalper do the same thing, it's kind of hard to say, hey, let's go PC gaming. If you can get a 40 series card, 50 series card at a decent price, go for it. If you get a pre-built with a 40 series card in it, yeah, it's last gen. Oh, but you know what? It's better than spending tons of money on a card you may not get, especially from a scalper. So yeah, guys, this is my video. It's about 45 minutes long. I thank you guys for watching my video. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for stopping by. Um, I will be, like I said, I work this week and I work Sunday and I'm off next week. Um, take a little vacation. I do my tax and stuff like that. Yeah, side note, my mom's doing fine, stuff like that. Other side note though, that everything's going pretty good so far. Um, really, I'm really concerned about looking and getting an AMD card. So if you have an AMD graphics card, drop down below comments in this video how you like it or whatever. Um, because it's a good graphics card. But I'm in the video, guys. It's about 45 minutes. Been doing it for a while, so yeah. Next Sunday. We'll be back to weekend news, where we'll be discussing GameStop information again, and go from there. Peace out, guys. See you guys later. Be blessed. God bless all of you. Peace.